I didn't see you there. Well, I'm just feeding the birds, but now you're here. Let's do a show. Whoa, Nelly! You've joined us for another episode of ArmaGEEKdon. The chief is going with the hand cam today because where I normally sit down over here, there is not much room going on because I'm cleaning out some action figures. I say cleaning out, what I'm doing is categorizing, getting them in the right boxes, whatever. But I am going to be talking about an action figure on today's show, and it's this guy. The Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Cable. This is a good one. This is a good one. Look at this box. There's all kinds of shenanigans going on there. And the man's not in it because he's in a plastic bag full of goodies. Let's go check it out and get this guy to the table. Okay, here he is, Cable. Amazing Yamaguchi in a bag. Cable in a bag. He's no good there. Let's get him to the table. Right. Now, first of all, I've heard many people say these Amazing Yamaguchi figures, you don't want to just vanilla pose them up because they look a bit funky. This guy actually looks pretty good compared to some of the others because joints are being hidden by shoulder pads, knee pads, etc. However, let's pick him up. Let's take a look at him here. So, whoa! Whoa, bam! You're going to find this happens a lot with your Amazing Yamaguchi figures. Yeah, we'll come on to the build in a moment, but let's have a look at some of the close-ups here. The figure, the head, okay, that just pops off nicely. You get a separate little hair section there. Just kind of pop it over that joint. So you've got a real nice range of movement here. You've got one of these pegs that has in the neck and on the head. Just pop that on top there. Take the head. Look at the sculpt there. Oh, love it, love it. And actually, looking inside, we got the eye. Look at that little bastard in there. So they give you a special tool, and you can use either end here, stick it in the hole, and work it around. That's what she said. Work it around. You can get that kind of 90s white eye look if you desire. The trouble is it's offset. It's not where you think it is. The back of the hole doesn't line up specific. Oh, yeah, nice one. Giving the scowl. But here's what happened. I pinged the eye out, and luckily it landed on the table. If that had gone on the floor, it looks like a piece of rice that's getting hoovered up. There's rice on my floor. Now, listen, you get this piece which clips into the eye there with a big old flame burst. Then you get this one with a little one. You've got the grimacing head and the scowling head. So do like those. Sculpts are great. So let's go back, line that up, pop this on top, click, in it goes. And yeah, like I said, you get some real good, look at this guy, rabbit necking it up. You get some great range of movement on the head, get him in some real good attitude poses. You can convey a lot of emotion from this, so that's cool. Enjoy that part of the figure. Now, looking at the waist, the diaphragm section, doesn't go back much at all. However, this guy is crunching forward like there's no tomorrow. Look at that. Love it. So he is looking down on you whenever he wants. Bit of side to side rocking motion there as well. This paint app kind of goes up underneath, which is kind of cool. So you can keep that line. Obviously, if you do turn it at the top of the waist, that red line's going to look a bit off center, but that's fine. Not much else you can do if you are painting that. On the right hand side, you get this kind of shoulder ring piece here. But that has a ball which kind of slots in to the lower part there, and then it's got a bit of range there, and you see the shoulder peg. Looking down here at the belt, we've got these on little ball swivel joints here, so if I can get that in, nice. You can have the pouches. I don't know why you need to move the pouches around. I guess if you're putting these guys in different poses to get them out of the way. Then we've got some holes on the back. These are they give you little peg connectors, and then you can slot in your weapons onto those if you want to get them loaded for bear. Nice detail there with the grenades and the X. Yeah, so I did have a problem here with the waist coming off as well, and you can see here it's a ball joint which then goes down to a couple of leg ones as well. You got difficult to sometimes snap that in. Just a brute force, you'll get it in. But yeah, so these figures will fall apart. You've got pouches on the leg, and then there's also some other gun holster kind of connectors which can go. Here comes the leg. There you go. Move it a little bit too much and it will pop off. However, they do generally pop back in quite easily, so that's not a problem. In terms of articulation going out to the side, yeah, you can do the splits there, which is pretty cool. Then you've got obviously a swivel there at the thigh, or not a thigh cut, but then you've got the knee there. Some of these kneecaps do fold up on other figures. On this one it doesn't, so it does stick out, which is okay. It's happened again. Pop that back on. That'll be a running theme if you get this figure. We get a swivel at the shin. We also get a really nice rocker on this ankle. This can go, you're going to get this guy in any position you want. Doesn't go forward a massive amount, but backwards, side to side is very good. Yeah. There he comes on the other one. Frustration is setting in with the chief dog. But anyway, you can get this guy in good poses. That is no doubt about that. Just be aware that he is going to come apart. But look, the range, be careful. Kind of put your fingers near the joint that you're moving. Don't go way down the leg when you're trying to do that. So, bit of paint rub there. Look, you can see some bit of yellow's paint rubbed off. But we have got a nice red X logo there, which is pretty cool. Looking for the other arm. Let's get this bit on here. So you slot that little hole in the gap there. And now you've got a cybernetic arm. So that kind of hides the join well. But if you do bring it up, look at the gappage there. That is mega gappage. So you're not going to want him in those kind of big T-pose. Because, there you go. And that has just popped off. Click that back on. It does pop on quite easily, so that's not a problem. But anyway, look. So here we go down to the elbow joint. This can go fully round. You're going to have great range of movement there. Goes up a little bit past 90. We've got a... okay, we'll take it off. We've got the trigger finger here on a ball joint, which also peg, which goes up and down. That's kind of cool. Click that back on there like so. Now let's get the other one, and you can see this one has an R for right, so there is no excuse for getting the arms on the wrong side, although that would look strange. We'll clip that one in. This one has a bit of a shoulder pad, kind of Judge Dredd style. Don't want to say Cable stole from Judge Dredd, but he did, or Rob Liefeld did. So we got the, look at the arm, look at the veiny arm here, love it. The muscularity, as Vince McMahon would say. So we've got another trigger finger on that hand. The elbow juts out a little bit, but overall, great looking figure. In terms of accessories, we get 2 fist hands, we get 2 action hands, and we get 2 trigger finger hands. Then in terms of weaponry, we get 2 very nice chrome blasters, a couple of pouches, and a couple of holster clip-ons for those guns. This is how they work. You take the slot, pop it into that little bit there. Fantastic. And then that will just clip in, peg into on the side of the thigh for your dude. You've got one on either side, or you can have peg and whatever. Mix and match, baby. In terms of more weaponry, so here are all your gun pieces. They can be made into multiple guns. Let's find out. You get this handy cheat sheet. Tells you about putting stuff together, tells you about the heads, moving the eyes, clipping the stuff onto the thighs. That is blank in the middle. And then you get some different guns here. So this first one here is your sniper rifle. Let's take a look at that first one. Look at that bad boy. That is a big one. Let's see Cable holding this. Yeah. Like that one. Very good. He's got that buttressed up on his shoulder. It's a high-powered sniper rifle. So there's your first one. Look, this figure just looks great, doesn't he? Let's all agree there. Okay, elsewhere, you've got 2 other separate pieces, so we can have this kind of big, chunky colonial marines kind of gun. These bits fold up and down to give you a bit more variety. The back section folds up and down. So again, more variety. Let's see the other one here. There's more of a sort of grenade launcher action going on here. Here he is with that grenade launcher. So a couple of hand grips there, which is kind of cool. However, there's an issue with this one, and that is that if we zoom in, there's a little hand grip that he has, and that slots into this peg hole in the bottom of this gun, but it's very loose. So you might need to, I put a tiny little bit of paper in there just to wedge that in a bit further, but you will need that peg for another part of the gun. Here's the other one. If he's holding them out straight, oh, careful there, boy. If he's holding them out straight, they can get a little bit heavy, so you do need two hands on them sometimes. Now, here is the combination. Look at the size of this mother. That's everything all together. And when he's holding this, this is a gun for the ages. This is true on Rob Liefeld. Look at the lean, because the gun's so heavy. This is big guns, big pouches. This is how you want your cable. And this is where you see the cybernetic hand is holding that little side piece that's now plugged into the side of this gun. You also get a stand. It's kind of basic. It's got a few connecting pieces there which can go into his back, and then it's got a little claw bit. So, you know, it's kind of basic, but you're going to need it with this figure at some point in time. Here he is in his vanilla pose. Doesn't look too bad. Size comparison next to a Marvel Legends Wolverine. Like that height differential, that is cool. Here's a Mezco Moon Knight. Again, can't stand up. Again, that's pretty cool. I like that size there. And then let's get rid of these guys and let's pop in a Star Wars Black Series Boba Fett. Go check out the episode I did for reviewing that guy. Looks small there. And here is a Storm skeleton, Golden Axe skeleton. That is a big, but Storm do skew on the big side, so that's fine. And lastly, here is a NECA TMNT Michelangelo, and these two guys are not going to get along. What you looking at, punk? Where's the pizza, dude? Man down, man down. These two are going to get it on for sure. Okay, so let's have a little review. This guy is quality. The aesthetic is amazing. The articulation and posing is great. You will get a lot of range and dynamic movements from this guy. The accessories, the eyepiece, the movable eyes. I know some people don't like those movable eyes. I like them. You know, lots of guns. The ability to change the weaponry around and make it into different configurations is cool. But just be prepared that this guy is going to fall apart on you. Making some of these poses took me like 15-20 minutes just to get the guy posed up before he was falling apart at every venture. So if you're into photography and cool poses, this is your man. If you're into play and switching him around a lot, you will get frustrated, you will get annoyed. But on the whole, I am super enjoying this Amazing Yamaguchi. It has inspired me to get a couple more figures from this line, so look out for those in the coming days and weeks. But there he is, the Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Cable. A big thumbs up from the Chief. Whoa, there he was, the Amazing Yamaguchi Cable. That's right, the Chief's just lying down, just in amongst my stuff, sorting out my toys. That's how I roll nowadays, until I get it tidied up. But thanks for joining me for that episode. It was a good look at that figure. I've got a few more Amazing Yamaguchis winging their way to me from Japan as we speak. So when they arrive, I'm going to get those guys to the table as well and let you know how they shape up. But I think it was a good episode. I had fun. Hopefully you had fun. If you're in a position to help out and do the subscribe, notifications, leave a comment, spread the wealth, share the love. You know, it hits me here in the feels, makes the Chief Dog feel good. But before we close out, I have got a little something special for you, because the Chief Dog, we know, if you know the man, he loves eating mince pies, and now I'm going to be eating some hot cross buns in preparation for Easter, which is coming up this weekend. So I'm going to give him a rundown on the hot cross buns. I've already done one, which you would have seen, but there we go. Thanks a lot for joining me. Join me next time, and make sure you keep it geek. Okay, back with Sainsbury's. We had their bakery versions last time out. Now we just got their standard packaged ones, suitable for home freezing. Absolutely pointless, because these will last about 2 days maximum in the Chief household. Let's get them toasted up and ready to go. Okay, here we go. We've got it buttered up. I'm reading a bit of Low. Rick Remender, Greg Tocchini, Get On It series is just finished. Fantastic book. Anyway, I've toasted them both up this time. Let's go with smell. Yeah, smells a lot better. What I did notice also on these is there was a bit of, when I put it in the toaster, my fingers got a bit sticky, which means they put a nice glaze on, which I didn't get on the previous one. So let's give it a go. Okay, so smell, I'm going 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10, 4 out of 5. Look was better as well. 3.5 for look. Bit doughy. I'm not getting any cinnamon, nutmeg, spices. It's just kind of a bready thing going on. So, underwhelmed by that one. Taste, 2. Overall, 2.5, because taste is where it's at. I haven't finished it, obviously. Stay tuned. I'm going to have another hot cross bun review coming up in a couple of days. Keep it geek.